this is Chanda from Chanda-Louise Consulting. We're a project management services company. I just wanted to actually give you guys a couple of tips on what soft skills to look out for when hiring a project manager. So this is under the assumption that the project manager already has the domain expertise and the technical expertise and understanding of project management guidelines and such. So now you're looking at soft skills, or these are my recommended soft skills that you really should be focusing on before you hire them. So the first one is being personable. Now, by personable, I don't necessarily mean miscongeniality. I just more so mean that you're approachable and you're welcoming. As a project manager, you work with an array of different types of people at different levels. So it's really important that the person knows how to interact with people and is also welcoming, where people feel comfortable to reach out to that person. And also that project manager is able to establish relationships with others where they feel open to be able to interact with them. So that's the first thing. The second thing is communication. Now, communication, I feel like, is actually very broad, and I think it needs to be narrowed down. You know, just saying I'm a good communicator doesn't really tell you much, in my opinion. As a project manager, I think the communication skills that one should really truly have are the ability to talk to the appropriate audience in the appropriate way. So as a project manager, commonly you will speak to most likely a really technical audience or a very tech savvy audience, and then have a business savvy audience as well. So it's important that the project manager knows how to interact with each audience accordingly and knows how to translate the information to both parties in the appropriate way. So that's the first portion of communication. The second portion of communication is more so having patience and coaching. So the patience and coaching, I will give a good example. When I worked in corporate, and even to be honest, when I do freelance work now, I'll have a lot of requests from other team members, colleagues, business owners, and those requests come in, but they might not be actually what that person really wants, you know? Have you ever had an instance like that where you get a question from somebody and you answer that question, but the question that they asked wasn't really the right question? So the answer that you provided wasn't really truly the solution. So as a project manager, you find that you often have to reverse engineer what's happening. So someone comes to you with a request, you need to be able to start off, or I would start off with, what's your end result? What is it that you're expecting? And then what I would then do is walk the person through that end result with their request. So how does this request match up to this end result? What are the steps there? And through that coaching process, I would be able to then identify what the true request would be. So I feel like in that respect, it's a communication aspect, but more specifically, it's a coaching and reverse engineering and having a bit of patience. So those are the main two soft skills that I believe are ideal and one should look for when hiring a project manager. The personable trait in terms of being approachable and welcoming, and also a servant leader. I didn't add that. And then the second one in terms of communication, being able to communicate to appropriate audiences and understanding when to communicate in a particular way to a specific audience, and then also being able to coach people when they come to you for requests, and really being able to reverse engineer what the true request is. All right, thank you guys. If you have any questions, you can reach me at Chanz, CHANZ, at Chanda-Louise.com, or on Instagram at Create a Narrative. All right, take it easy. Happy Monday.